All right, so I'm going to show you how I transfer my nucs into deep boxes. Kind of just have my stuff already preset, so it can be a kind of an easy swap. I'll get a baseboard. This is a screen bottom board, and then a deep box. I do put a feeder in there and 3 wax frames. So I'll put the 5 frames right in the middle. It holds 8 frames with that feeder in there. It is a 10 frame box, but if you put 9 in there, it's going to be a little tight. So, like I said, these bees, for some reason, all my bees, the bloodline, pretty feisty. So I am suited up, and hopefully you can see me okay in there. So, alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here. If I spot the queen, I will mark her. Put on my gloves because, as I said before, it is cloudy. They do have a feisty bloodline, and oh yeah, as you can see, they're putting a lot of burr comb in here, and these are coming at me already. What I do, I just set this aside, this right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and move that deep closer so I could just kind of work as I go, or I could set this down here that I kind of want y'all to see, and then bring that deep over here. So I'm gonna have this set on the ground for now, kind of halfway set up. And all I'm going to do is start prying it open. Any honey, nectar frames, I'm going to go ahead and bring to the outside so they can still build on the inside. So I'm going to try to set y'all right here. Maybe that'll be a better view for y'all. So let's start at this here. As I said, my bees have great queens, but these are all splits from that big mean hive, which I see pollen, a bunch of nectar on here. If I see the queen, I'll mark her. So I am going to set this on the outside. Now I am setting a feeder in here. Still need to decide if I want to feed. I'm going to try to look at this and see what the flow looks like right now, which it should be good where I shouldn't have to feed. But just in case, I do have it in there. Bunch of larvae, drones, beautiful, great pattern. And all I'm gonna do is knock these off. It's just burr comb. If I see the queen, I'll show you up close how I mark her. I don't really mark my queens because last year was my first year and I bought a yellow marker because it was easiest to see. I thought that was how you're supposed to do it. I didn't know there was an actual color code, so I only marked 1 queen with it. But now that I have the proper color, look at that pattern. I'm telling you, these bees, I mean, they're mean at a queen cup, but the pattern is just gorgeous. They got pollen on the outside. They do need some, oh yeah, they got starting their little rainbow of honey with nectar on this side as well. Larval all on the outside as well. So any queen cups, I do go ahead and open them, especially because this queen is doing great. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this old apivar strip out. This is from when before I even split the hive. Throw that away. So I would think the queen would probably be on this frame. Which this looks spotty, but they must have been recently emerged because there's eggs and larvae in every cell. And just like I said, there's the queen right here. She's running around, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off 1 glove, possibly get stung, but I need to try to pin her down. And I don't have a lot of sensitivity when I have these gloves on. They're a little big and they're a little bit hard from being sticky. So I'm gonna get my paint pen out, shake her up some, and she's marking good. So if I could find that again, if I can find her, I will pin her down. See if she's still in this frame somewhere. She was on this frame. Trying to see if she ran to the bottom of the box. Now I did make these nucs and I did show the drawings for how to make them. And they are a bit shallow. I would next time make the walls a little bit taller because these frames are pretty low to the base. Where'd she go? If I don't find her on here again, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next frame. Now she is still fairly small. She's recently mated. These were all splits, but it makes it a little bit harder to find. But I'm gonna go ahead and look next door. So I'm gonna set my pin right here. Which you can see these not the nicest, but I still love them. So I even put my hand right here and they start hitting me. Bunch of nectar on here as well. Some drones. It is full of nectar, so I'm not gonna feed. But my queen definitely isn't on it either. I mean, this is the fun thing about beekeeping. Trying to do a bunch of things at once, trying to show people. And I just try to record so I can see how I do, what I could do different, what I could do next time. I should have had my queen cage with me, my queen clip, but I didn't. So since it has nectar, I'm gonna put it on the outside. We shouldn't have any more cold temperatures, so I don't have to worry about the brood chilling or anything like that. Plus it's a nectar frame. So I am gonna look for the queen again, just to double check. Now there is a lot of bees at the bottom of the box still, so she may be at the bottom hiding. But since I knew she was in here, especially since I saw her and this was the only frame, I do want to make sure she gets into my box. Where you at, baby? Trying to look in my box for her. See if she's anywhere to be found. Don't you love how that happens? You try to record something, try to do something cool. Like I said, I've only marked my queen once. I spot her first few frames, and then all of a sudden, she disappears from me. But it's like one of those things, when you're looking for it, can't find it. When you're not looking for it, it's right in front of you. So if I don't even mark this one, I'll mark her next time. I mean, I'd really like to make sure she gets moved over here though. So I'm gonna set this brood frame back in here. See if they want to climb back up on it. And I'm gonna look in the front to make sure she didn't come outside. I'm gonna go ahead and let them climb back on here and just move to the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and put this top back on here just for temporary sake. So I did not get to mark that one yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and close that, let them come back on that frame, and close this box for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to this one, and maybe we'll come back to that next one. As you can see, they're all up in the front. I got stung on my inner thigh. Let's see how many times I get stung today. That was one. And I've got all these hives to look at, and those are my mean bees down there. So let's go ahead and jump to the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and set you right here so you can see. And I'm gonna get another box to be temporary. Excuse this. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to learn how to do all this stuff. Try to record. And try to upload stuff at the same time. So let's get another box out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my screen bottom on here. I'm gonna put my box right on top of it. I'm gonna grab 3 frames. Which I waxed these yesterday, so they've got plenty of wax on them. And I'm gonna jump to this next one. Hopefully, I'm gonna make sure I'm probably standing right in y'all's way. What if I set y'all right there and kind of talk to y'all sideways? Let's try that. After this one, I'll go back, since it's more time for that queen to get back on that frame, hopefully. And if she ain't on there, I'm just gonna shake all the bees in there. I'm not gonna take all day focused on one hive. So this one only has about 3 frames of bees. Looks like they're not drawing on 2 of the frames. So I'm probably not even gonna put into a bigger box yet, because I don't think they're ready. Need to give them some more frames to see that roach. That frame doesn't have enough wax on it, so I'm gonna replace those. We're drawing out a little bit on that one, but it's not what I like, so I'm gonna go ahead and shake those off. And then I'm gonna start getting into this, the brood nest, which this looks good. There's a queen right there. She is gorgeous too. She's big. I'm gonna follow her. I'm not gonna put this frame down. And I'm gonna show y'all. Got this marker right here in my hand. And if I could pin her down, which is hard when she's walking, and she would. She's coming into the I don't know if you can see it, but I really need these gloves off. And she's just hiding in the little crevice right here. There she goes. And she knows, it's like she knows what I'm trying to do. Hopefully y'all can see this, but my queen is just hiding right here in this corner. She's walking. I'm gonna try and pin her down safely. She was going on top of the frame and around. These queens, they sure know how to. So I'm gonna try to softly pin her down. Oh, then you barely even touch her and she goes crazy. So I have her slowly pinned down. And you can see I put a little bit of paint on her. And they say they act like they're dead a little bit and then they take off walking. So now she has a mark on her. Give her a few seconds, they're tending to her. And then she's gonna go off on her business just like nothing was wrong. So she is marked. I could write that in my notes that I marked her so I know. Look at that. Now I don't want her to fly off, so I do want to go ahead and put this back. And I don't want her to get squished either. And I see her walking down there. She's doing just fine. Walking around. So what I'm going to do is, I'm good with this hive. I am going to feed it some more. I'm going to give it 2 new foundations with wax on it because I showed how they didn't draw those out. And I'm going to feed at the end of the day. When I make my sugar water, I'm going to give them a bottle of some sugar water, help them out some. Now I'm going to look at this really quick. I know y'all can't really see over here, but this frame isn't being drawn out that well either. Not as good as I like. It is on one side, and it's just full of nectar. I don't really know if I want to keep that or not because I'd like to have both sides full. I'll probably leave it in there for now just to give them some space. And then when I go into a deep box, I'll go ahead and take that frame out and give them something new to draw. So that's all with that hive. I'm gonna leave it in the nuke. I'm not gonna expand on that one. And I'll just feed when I'm done. So now I'm gonna come back over here, take this off, move this to the next one just in case I need it over here. We're gonna come back into the first one and see if I can find that queen. And if not, I'm just gonna shake the bees in there. So I'm gonna come over here from this side. Have my marker ready. I'm gonna open up the colony here, which they're super calm, they're doing good. Open this, make sure she's not on my lid. And hopefully she'll be back on this frame. And if I don't spot her, you know, I may come back through the colony at the end of the day just to double check. I really would like to see her, especially since I isolated her in here and then I couldn't find her. So, you know, a good trick to get them to move a little bit is just to blow on them softly. They'll start running around, and if I see the queen, she's usually a lot faster. And yeah, I still don't see her. Don't you just hate when you had something working out for you and then you go to do something else and it don't work? I would really love to spot her again. I had her in my sights. I lost her. because if she's not in here, where'd she go? Now she was still very small. But she's laying, and she's laying a great pattern, so I don't want to have to get another queen or raise another queen. Oh, there she is. She's down here at the bottom. So I'm gonna try to reach down here softly. This is a crazy thing. So I see her down here. She's at the bottom of the box. I'm gonna bring you over here so y'all can see. Y'all might watch me get stung, which would be fun, entertaining for y'all. But the cluster of bees down there is where she's at. So she's on the wall right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this here. Try to put it to where y'all can see. And I'm gonna try to reach in there and grab her, pin her down. But you see all these bees are starting to fan, saying, hey, mama's in here. So I'm gonna try to grab her and not get stung. And I'm gonna go ahead and open this. Which they're coming at my hand already. Where'd you go, baby? And she's over here in this corner. Which is hard because all she does is go in the corner. And then you barely even touch her and she takes off running. So let's see if she could come up the wall. Here we go. And slowly pin her down or corral her one way. So I have her on my hand. So I'm gonna show you, that is the queen. Oh, she flew off. But I think she flew back in here. I could have swore she did a little circle. Well. Well, hopefully she'll find her way back. If not, could have sworn she flew in a little circle right here. If anything, the bees will find her, and I might have a little swarm right here and catch her back. I just don't want her to land on the ground and me accidentally step on her. So I'm gonna keep looking. That is what not to do, y'all. I tried to show y'all and didn't think about it. She's still young. She just came back from a mating flight not too long ago. Oh, she's back in here. That is awesome. So if I get her, I'm not gonna let her out of my hands. So I have her pinned down. I don't want her. So I already marked her, and I'm gonna go ahead and put her in the box. I don't want to squeeze her too tight, but I already marked her, and I'm gonna go ahead and set her in the box and watch her climb down. Which I saw her climb down into the frames. Oh, that was a lifesaver. So I'm definitely gonna make a video of that. A little separate video. She flew off. Luckily, she flew in a circle out of my hands, came right back into the box. So I marked her, I put her at the bottom, and you can see, you know, they've got it pretty packed good. Let them dry out some frames for a week or two and start adding to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video and continue the rest because it does take too long. But there you go, I marked 2 queens. Let's go ahead and set this to how I would set it. So y'all can see how I actually do move it into an actual deep box. So now that I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and put my glove back on because I am gonna shake these bees in. Anything that's remaining in here. then I'm going to swap them. Now, since they are a smaller colony, I will put a little entrance reducer in. And all I'll do with these is kind of shake them down to one side and then put them in here. And of course, they're going to fly into the air. Move this out of the way. You can see they're all landing over there because they're trying to go to where their home is. And I'm literally going to put this here. Make sure my base is right. Close all the way. And so now all these foragers, they're over here, the ones that flew up in there when I shook them. Just because they're orientation flights, they already know where the entrance is. So I will reduce that. And let's go ahead and put a lid on here. And that'll be it. If I could turn off my phone with my glove.